Hey guys, Sucker from SAKITECH, and in today's video we are going to be talking about an amazing new smartphone that is going to be released very soon. So I want you guys to forget the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra for a little bit here. That doesn't mean you want to sell the S22 Ultra and get this phone. I'm just going to show you guys what this phone is all about in relation to the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So I have both of these phones side by side. This is the S22 Ultra. This is the ZTE Axon 40 Ultra. And you can see they have a very similar design, but we do not have a hole cutout on the top of the ZTE Axon 40 Ultra. It actually does have a front-facing camera. It is hidden under the display and you cannot see it, but it's still there. And you can take selfie photos. They have done an amazing job of hiding that camera. This is the third generation under display camera and it's nearly invisible. So let's dive in and get started right away. I do want to let you know that this is a flagship product. Pricing starts at $799 and it does have the latest processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. You can get up to 12 gigabytes of RAM, so it's a powerful smartphone. Let's dive in and see what it is all about. So we'll talk about the specs, the display, and yes, it does have 120 Hz display refresh rate. We are going to be talking about some other features even the S22 Ultra doesn't have, and much more. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys is when you buy this phone, you do get everything in the box. You do get a USB Type-C cable for the included super fast 65-watt charger, okay? We're going to be talking about the charging speeds on this thing. It is insane. It's got some lightning fast charging numbers, but also you even get a bunch of wired earphones, and they're nice quality and good looking. And of course, you also get a USB Type-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone adapter for the ear. And the last thing that's quite impressive is you actually get a case with your purchase included in the box. It's a nice see-through case that's going to protect your phone. Now, the design of this phone is great. I love the matte finish. It has a textured look, but it is a smooth surface. We have 3 cameras. Each one of these cameras is 64 megapixels. We'll take a look at those. At the bottom, what we have is we have the SIM card. We have dual SIMs, USB Type-C port. We have the first speaker right here. Over here, we have the volume button and the volume rocker. On the top, we have another speaker. So we do have dual speakers. And then on this side, it's nice and clean. Overall, it looks really nice in the hand and certainly feels premium. So first, let's take a look at that display. No ugly notch like the iPhone and no punch hole cutout like the Samsung phones. This is a true all-screen display with slim bezels, and it is truly a pleasure to finally behold something like this. And of course, it also has a built-in optical in-display fingerprint sensor and the under-display camera sensor, so everything is hidden under that display. We're looking at some rock-solid technology. Now, the size of this screen is 6.8 inches, and the resolution is full high definition plus. That's 2480 by 1116, which is not as sharp as the Galaxy S22 Ultra, but certain sacrifices had to be made to keep the price low and also get a true all-screen display. Regardless, the display is crisp clear and also surprisingly bright and easy to see in daylight. On top of that, the phone has stereo speakers, another great plus, so that makes it a multimedia bonanza. It's nothing but pleasure to watch videos and movies on this phone. It is just like a miniature version of a high-definition TV without any notches or holes. And of course, the display also has a screen refresh rate of 120 Hz maximum, which you can keep it at 60 or auto. That's going to be based on your needs. And these here are the general settings under display you find on many Android smartphones. We got the dark mode and all that. Good stuff, no problem. Now on the screen, really quick, I'm going to list all the core specs of this phone in one place. You can pause the video and take a look at that. And I also want to talk about what it doesn't have really quickly. So this phone does not have wireless charging or water resistance. Again, to lower the price, these are the things they decided not to have. Now, I do want to quickly talk about the battery life and the battery charging speed. Like we said, we have a 65-watt super fast charger that charges this phone from 0 to 80% in half an hour. That is super fast. And the 5000 milliamp hour battery easily lasts all day. And for me, with low to medium use, it did last 1.5 days. So the battery specs are commendable. Now this phone runs Android 12. Okay, if I tap on About Phone, you get all the details. So we have the MyOS with Android 12. That's the skin ZTE devices use, which is a very nice, customizable and solid skin, rich in features, smooth and stutter free. One thing that I really like about my phones is to have customization, and this phone has a lot of that. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to these settings over here, and first and foremost we have a setting that says personalized settings. If I tap on it, you can see everything that I can modify on this phone to make it mine is orderly and listed right here under this setting. We have the wallpapers, the icons, the animation speed can be changed as well, as you can see. Okay, so the phone can feel faster or slower. Of course, you can do the font. And what I'm really loving over here is the fact that I can change the fingerprint animation when I'm unlocking my phone. So that's a really nice animation option, and there's several of them. Okay, it's not just one or two or three. We have almost, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different animation styles for the login. So whatever I apply is going to show up on the screen. Let me just show that to you real quick. So double tap to wake up. Here's the fingerprint. Look at that animation, the one that I just picked. Fantastic customization. I can also modify my lock screen, as you can see. And I do have a set of pretty cool wallpapers that are live that you can set on the home screen, like this one right here. So if I tap set as and do set home screen, that's basically what I get. So that's a really nice little touch as well. Here's a look at the battery screen. Okay, very nice look. As you can see, there's a lot of options here. If I go back, let's look at the storage screen. Again, very nice, organized, and clean. So that's all good. When it comes to customization, you can also customize the animation of scrolling through the screens. All right. So if you press and hold, you can go to Effect, and you can pick various effects as you scroll through different home screens, as you can see. Cube in, glass. So that's cool. If you like customization, this is a very good phone for that. Now let's talk about that 64 megapixel triple camera array. We're going to look at regular shots, video quality, and then also we're going to look at the samples of the front-facing camera that is hidden under the display. Now the 64 megapixel camera array I think is great for static shots. It does take amazing standard angle and super wide angle shots that give you nice and rich details in daylight, no problem. So it's highly usable for day-to-day under bright conditions for static photo shots. So the front camera quality is average. Now you can see that I have taken a photo under direct sunlight and also under shade outdoors with a lot of lighting, and I'm not that impressed. I'm actually more interested in the fact that the camera is there if you need it, but it's actually hidden, giving you the full screen display. That to me is more important than the actual front camera. So I would say the video quality itself is great, but the stabilization could be better. Now the camera itself has some really nice features. So if I go to the camera and if I go to the camera family, there's a multi-camera option here. I can tap on it and it uses all three cameras at the same time. So when you snap a photo, it takes a widescreen photo, a telephoto photo, and a standard photo. So you get a triple shot with a press of a button. So these three photos were taken simultaneously by me simply pressing the shutter button once under the multi-camera option. And if you want to record a video, you can actually use 6 different angles and choose the camera you would like to use for the recording. So I can choose the selfie camera, the 2x optical camera, and the wide camera, and I can tap on record, and that's going to record using those 3 cameras and I can switch between them in real time. So it does give you some really nice multi-camera options for video and photo. So that covers most of what this phone is all about. It's got powerful specs for solid performance on par with any flagship. Great price of $829. A usable and versatile camera to take great photos or videos. An all-screen display, no notches or cutouts except the selfie camera that is hidden, which is not so great at taking selfie photos, but that's the price I'm willing to pay for a true all-screen display. The phone also includes a case, charger, and earphones in the box, unlike recent flagships. But it does lack wireless charging and water resistance. So overall, the phone strikes the right balance of absolutely necessary features at their top form and also what you can omit to keep the price sensible. So links to this phone and more information will be down below. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Drop them down below and let me know.